welcome back. On today's episode of It's Medicine, Not Magic, we're talking about our polyvagal system. So part of our nervous system includes our response states. So you might hear somebody talk about being regulated or dysregulated in their responses to what's going on in their environment. And when we're dysregulated, that's often known as a triggered response because there's something in the environment stimulating a past memory that wasn't resolved that felt unsafe, almost life or death unsafe. And so when we start to engage with our polyvagal system, we can identify what state we're in, and then we can mobilize to get ourselves into a more regulated state, right? So when we think about the polyvagal system, we can think about it like a ladder of emotional response. The lowest part being that dorsal vagal state in which a person might feel numb or disconnected, hopeless, withdrawn. When you're experiencing that state or have somebody that is experiencing that state with you, engaging in heart-centered breathing, somatic processing exercises, so like a body scan and spending time with each part, quiet co-regulation with a trusted friend. Like yesterday's episode where Gustav and I gave each other a long extended hug, that is a place to approach somebody in a dorsal vagal state, but only if you're that trusted friend. The next rung up in this ladder of emotional response states is our freeze state. And in that state, somebody might feel stuck, foggy, overwhelmed, dissociated from what's going on in the moment. And in that case, the way to regulate or engage with them is some grounding exercises. So finding the four corners of your feet rooted in the ground. If you can find your root yourself and then root that down into the ground, it's really helpful. I had also done a previous video about the occipital point in the back of your head and kind of grounding down at a 45-degree angle. The next state is a sympathetic response state in which we might feel anxious or restless, wired, irritable. So it's a very activated state. And in that case, some somatic movement like dancing, swaying, even some shaking helps, right? So you can also engage in EFT tapping points, and box breathing is a great tool in this state. Lastly, our most comfortable state is the ventral vagal state. That's when you feel calm, when you feel joyful, when you feel connected, when you feel safe. So that's the state in which you want to engage in creative activities, playful activities like your hobbies, anything that you find joy. It's a great time to engage socially. It's a great time to sit down and express some gratitude or acts of gratitude, like supporting somebody else in need. So, knowing and communicating with our nervous system is medicine, not magic. See you next time.